IT experience and 20 years of yoga experience. He's also a wellness scholar of DY Attitude Group. So without taking any more time, let me introduce you to Nagarji. Over to you.
Thank you. It's important to start any breathing exercise. We'll see in this particular session first very important thing probably people they miss or they come to know over the period of time when they experience it. The first important thing, what is the difference between pranayam and kriya? The very important point, mostly kriya is without kumbhak, without antar kumbhak or without bahir kumbhak, and pranayam is generally considered with kumbhak. There is a huge difference between the effects of both of them, right? So the key important point which is generally very much advertised is kriya. They falsely named as pranayam. They are also breathing exercise, but they are literally without kumbhak, right? So kumbhak is a very important lock of our breath. So with kumbhak it is very different. Without kumbhak it's easier way, right? So that is the first important point. Let's go for what are the important prerequisites for pranayam to start with. There are almost 10 different prerequisites which I collected from different books over the period of time, and I will tell each one of them, and then we will do some prerequisite which is very important now. So, and then we'll go for the sum of the pranayam, and then we will go for question and answer session, right? So first prerequisite for pranayam is sharir shuddhi, so cleaning of our complete body. So you all know dhauti basti tatha neti naulikam tratakam tatha kapalavatischa etani shatkarmani samachare. So all these 6 kriya, dhauti basti neti tratak nauli, are required to start. The prerequisite is these kriyas are to be done. If you don't go for neti and go for pranayam, and yesterday you might have gone somewhere where there is lot of dust, then pranayam may not be so much effective. Rather it will lead to your headache, or it may lead to the ache in the lower portion. The second one is the lotus position. Very important. After this particular factors, we'll go for how to do effective lotus position. So lotus position or siddhasan, or even sometimes the vajrasan or the thunderbolt position is also important for pranayam to start with. Very importantly, third one is Mulabandha. So in lotus it is said that 60 to 80% of your Mulabandha is automatically set. So lotus is very important because Mulabandha is responsible not to exceed the pran from the anus. So Mulabandha is a third prerequisite of pranayam. Now here comes the fourth prerequisite which many people may not like, that is mitahar. So when your pran is very high, you don't need so much of food actually. So whatever food that is consumed, that will be extracted and absorbed and assimilated by the body very heavily, to the high extent. Otherwise rest of the food that goes in the feces if you are not doing pranayam. But remember that the pranayam is the afterwards, or it is a post kriya of asana. So if you do asanas and then you are doing pranayam, is the best. That is the fifth prerequisite. If you are doing pranayam directly, then it's not good. Pranayam is a fire, right? So it can cause many things. It can also changes or disturbs many things. So you have to do every day the yogasana, asanas, and then only better to do pranayam, because you are playing with the pran. and in asana you are playing with the muscles, the dvandva of your body, the a kind of a small play with the your breathing, or you are playing with the skeletal and smooth muscles of your body. Very important point, whenever you go for pranayam, the seventh thing is water intake is very important. If you don't do water intake proper, then you may face a dehydration, because when you do pranayam, you are actually doing many anaerobic things in your body, and definitely hydration is very important. When you do pranayam, the eighth thing, when you do pranayam, actually you need a very clean air, very good atmosphere, away from public sounds, away from any animals, or away from any kind of a turmoil or any kind of hustle and bustle. So that is very important in case of pranayam. The last one but not least, and it is the ninth one, the Jalandhar Bandh. When you do Kumbhaka, Jalandhar Bandh, where actually it is a throat clock, is very important. So if it is an Antar Kumbhaka, then you have to breathe in and do Jalandhar Bandh. It is a Bahir Kumbhak, then also you breathe out and do Jalandhar Bandh. Very important. And the last one is Mahabandh. Jalandhar Bandh is part of the Mahabandh, where you have a Mool Bandh, you have a Uddan Bandh, and you have a Jalandhar Bandh. So such 10 prerequisites are very important in case of pranayam. So pranayam is not a kriya, it is a technique, breathing technique, but at the same time along with kumbhak. Also people say that it is a sakumbhak pranayam or nirkumbhak pranayam. So sakumbhak pranayam is actually pranayam. Let's do first prerequisite, that is how to go in Padmasana effectively. So first, very important point, you'll find just move your legs, okay, with the rounding of your foot, okay, in a clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction. These in a Dandasana position, hold one leg, fix your fingers into toes, and move the foot in clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction, so that your muscles of your legs, joints, they are flexible for sitting in lotus position. Move the knee this way, keeping your foot, especially the heel, in groin. Okay. Now do the same thing with the other leg. So in a clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction, move your foot, keep the heel in groin, press your legs, especially knee, and then come back. You can have a little blowing of your legs on the floor, and then what you can do, you can have a Padmasana, that is a lotus position. Very important point, unless and until you have a capacity of 20 minutes minimum, very minimum 20 minutes of lotus, try not to do Sakumbhak pranayam, because 20 minutes of lotus will tell you the blood flow, your locking of anus, Moolbandha, and the Merudanda, that is a vertebral column position. So everything that comes in sync with 20 minutes of lotus. So it is said in different books. Of course, the timings are not given in the basic epics which are given by Gheranda Samhita and by the Hatha Yoga Pratipika or Patanjali. So very important point, it is said that 20 minutes of lotus is very important.
Thank you so much, friends. Please advise your suggestions in comment box.